In today's video, I want to take you guys through a plethora of physical game deals because we have been covering a lot of digital deals recently with all of the PlayStation Store sales going on. Also, though, I do want to take a look at a fantastic deal on a one-year PlayStation Plus subscription card if you're looking to re-up on that. This is one of the best deals I've seen on it in quite some time. So we'll take you guys through that, and also we have some game updates. It looks like the Mafia remasters are happening as the Mafia Twitter account has just tweeted for the first time in a very long time. And Cyberpunk 2077 news will be dropping on a month from now, a month to the day actually, so we'll highlight that at the end of this video. First of all, let's go over the PlayStation Plus deal over on eBay. You can get a one-year PlayStation Plus subscription card for just $34.99. This is a fantastic deal that you're talking less than $3 a month for PlayStation Plus. Usually I'm recommending deals from $40 to $45, but $35 for PS Plus is outstanding. I know that PlayStation Plus, the game offerings themselves has been one thing, but if you guys want to play online, if you guys want to do cross-game chat, party chat, whatever the case may be, you kind of need a Plus subscription. And also, if you want to take advantage of a lot of the PlayStation Store sales to their full effect, you need a Plus subscription for that too. Kind of unfortunate that we're in this climate where you even need a Plus subscription, but I understand Sony is making an obscene amount of revenue off of it, so I don't think they are going to be doing away with that anytime soon. Nonetheless, $35 for a year is pretty good, and hopefully the game quality lineup just increases from here on out, because this month wasn't that great, if I say so myself, and I feel like all of you guys were on the same boat with City Skylines and Farming Simulator. And that's coming from someone that really did enjoy City Skylines, so that was rather unfortunate. But nonetheless, 1 year for $35, again, a very good deal. Alright, moving on from that, we've got some games super cheap right now. Far Cry 5 Standard Edition over on BestBuy.com is down to $9.99. You can also pick it up in store. $9.99 for Far Cry 5 is pretty ridiculous. Yes, it's more Far Cry, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. As they say, you don't really need to fix what isn't broken, and I feel like Far Cry has lived by that motto. Would I like to see a little bit of diversification with the games? Maybe, but hey, since Far Cry 3, the games have been pretty good, and I thought Far Cry 5 was pretty good as well. Maybe not $59.99 good, but $9.99 good? Hell yeah, and it's got quite a bit of content with it as well, so definitely give that a look if you're looking for an enjoyable open-world first-person shooter action title with again, a decent amount of content and replayability. Also, should note, the smaller game in Far Cry New Dawn is down to $9.99 as well. Standalone expansion to Far Cry 5, pretty good for that as well. $9.99 is the cheapest we've seen that, and the physical copies of both of these games, getting both for $20, yeah, I would say that that is a really good buy. Starlink Battle for Atlas, probably one of the not so successful Ubisoft titles, to put it lightly. The starter pack of that is down to $4.99. I believe this came out at $80, so yeah, to be down to $5, that's pretty crazy, and it's not even like it's that old. It's not even 2 years old. It came out back in October of 2018. Nevertheless, I do feel like this is a pretty good deal, all things considered, for Starlink Battle for Atlas. You know, if you're interested, check it out. It's a game that I'm sure that they tried to monetize with all of the action figures and whatnot, but ultimately it wasn't that successful, not like a Skylanders or something like that, but for $5, hey, you can check that out. Very good deal here. Doom Eternal is down to $39.99, so this is the first discount we're really seeing on the game, at least the first substantial one. This came out back in March 20th to be exact, so it's been about a month and a half since it's been released, and I feel like that's pretty quick for a game to see this kind of discount, although it's become more normal and just gaming in general, where these games outside of like Rockstar games and Nintendo games, and even Rockstar games, are starting to go on sale more regularly, but Nintendo games hardly go on sale. Nonetheless, Doom Eternal for $40 is excellent. Argument can be made that this is the best game of the year. I mean, there's a couple contenders right now with FF7 Remake and a couple of other games that have been released, but Doom Eternal definitely stands out, and if you want a visceral, gruesome first-person shooter that is a very well-made first-person shooter and a very well-designed FPS, Doom Eternal is going to be right up your alley. It's fast, it's fluid, it's enjoyable. Multiplayer, again, just like Doom 2016, wasn't the standout of the experience to me, but that single-player campaign, man, oh man, was it a blast to play through, and it's very replayable with all of the different difficulty choices and things of that nature. So $40 for Doom Eternal, I would say, is a very good buy. If you want to wait for it to get a little bit cheaper, maybe not the worst idea in the world. I imagine mid-summertime it's going to be down to $29.99, but if you've been eyeing it for a little bit and you're wondering whether or not it's worth $40, yeah, I would say it's definitely worth $40. Also on Best Buy, I do want to note that Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle, the Standard Edition, is down to $25. Now, I actually thought the Attack on Titan take on the typical Tecmo Koei style of games was done pretty well. Obviously, if you're familiar with AOT, it's kind of interesting to do this kind of game with the Musou style of gameplay because you're fighting these gigantic behemoth creatures. That Attack on Titan 2 is a nice spin on the typical genre that is done. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it a 10 out of 10? No. Again, you should be a fan of Attack on Titan if you're getting into games like this. Final Battle does include some additional content, and for $25 to get the base game, to get the Final Battle content, I thought this was a pretty good deal. If you're a fan of AOT and you haven't checked out the video game, I would highly recommend it. If you haven't checked out the anime, I would doubly recommend that. It was actually free on the PlayStation Store for a minute. I don't think it's free anymore. If it is, definitely do snag that, but get a Crunchyroll subscription and watch Attack on Titan. It's one of the best anime that you can come across, and definitely one of those anime that acts as a great gateway anime for those of you guys that aren't into anime at all. I feel like it's one that everybody can really enjoy, so definitely would give that a shout. Lastly, Slay the Spire is down to $7.99. This is a game that I often go to bat for, and this deal is available on GameStop.com. This is a fantastic game, and a game that on paper I thought wouldn't work at all. A dungeon crawler infused with a card game. I was like, that sounds a little bit ridiculous, and as a big fan of both of those genres respectively, combining the two just didn't make a lot of sense to me initially, but then when you actually play Slay the Spire, man oh man, these two game genres just complement each other so well and adds a layer of strategy that makes this game so engaging, so rewarding, and so replayable. It's a little bit challenging at first once you learn all the nuances and things like that. However, once you get going, once you understand the game mechanically, it is a blast to play through and see how far you can get. And just for $8, this is such a great deal. It's worth so much more than that. I would say that this is a game that's worth that $20, $25, $30 price point that it was initially at, but at $8, yeah, it's a freaking steal, and I would highly, highly recommend it. Even if it sounds a little bit strange to you, again, a card game infused with a dungeon crawler sounds a little bit weird, but there's so much replayability to this game. There's so much depth, so much complexity to it that I find it to be an incredibly enjoyable game. All right, moving on from that, I do want to highlight a couple of news topics real quick. Mafia Remasters rumors refueled after official Mafia Twitter account returns from the dead after 2 years, as noted by WCCF Tech. The Mafia Twitter account, Mafia Game, just tweeted out family, and that's it. 22,000 people have went and liked that tweet. I don't know what else that could mean outside of a Mafia 2 remaster and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition happening, especially with the rumors circulating more and more with the game listings over on the Korean and Taiwanese game ratings board. That usually suggests 99% of the time that these games are in fact going to be happening. Mafia 2 in particular, I am so excited for people to have the chance to replay that game and revisit that title because it came out all the way back in 2010. There isn't a real easy way to go back and replay that game, given that it's not, you know, PlayStation 4 doesn't have backwards compatibility, and I don't even think it's backwards compatible on Xbox One. I might be wrong about that, so your real best bet is to play the PC version if you have a decent PC. But now, if it is being remastered, if it is getting a definitive edition, hopefully with the DLC, maybe some additional content, that can be very, very exciting. And then Mafia 3 Definitive Edition, I don't know what to make of that, given that that game came out all the way back in 2016, but hey, if they do want to refine some of the content in that game, I think it's just a couple of tweaks away from being a very, very good game. It had some things holding it back, but the infrastructure and the fundamentals of the game were quite good, and the characters were pretty engaging. I think the Mafia essence of that game is alive. It really just faltered from some gameplay elements, so a lot of potential there. And lastly, Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that just about everybody and their mother is excited for. Happy Mother's Day. Cyberpunk 2077 news set is for June 11th. CD Projekt Red will share more information on Cyberpunk 2077 on June 11th via Night City Wire, the company teased. While the announcement tweet did not say much else, CD Projekt Red global community lead Marcin Moment added, "Stuff will be shown in a follow-up tweet," so we will be probably getting some gameplay. I've been saying it would be really exciting. I mean, I know this is unlikely, but Jeff Keighley said that the Summer Games Showcase is gonna have game demos included. If we can get a Cyberpunk 2077, 40, 45-minute demo like they showed off in the past that's released for everyone to try out for a limited period of time, man, everybody would go crazy. We would lose our S over that. And you see what demos have offered for a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake. It exponentially increased the interest in that game and got everybody talking about that game, and it did the same for the RE2 remake. I'd love to see demos make a comeback. I have looked into it, and apparently from a financial and economic standpoint, it doesn't make all the sense in the world, but hey, CD Projekt Red has always been one of those studios that has done a lot of things just to appease the consumer, and offering a game demo like that I think would be fantastic. Whatever the case may be, more Cyberpunk 2077 content is definitely not something to get upset about, and that will be coming June 11th. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, a great deal on a PlayStation Plus 1-year subscription card. $35 for that is great. Far Cry 5 and New Dawn super cheap. A lot of other games discounted with Doom Eternal, Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle, Slay the Spire, Mafia remastered games are probably coming, in Cyberpunk 2077 news set for June 11th. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.